Hi everyone, this is Kevin here, coming at you with my hands-on and first impressions video of the Samsung Galaxy M30s. So let's get started. So this is the Samsung Galaxy M30s. The first thing that I want to let you know is that the phone does not work very well with US carriers. In fact, I tried to use Cricket Wireless with this phone already, and it has very limited compatibility. I can make calls and send text messages, but I am not able to use 4G LTE data. I can use 3G, but that's about it. So unless I'm doing something wrong, which I don't think I am because I configured the APN settings to work with Cricket, then it just doesn't work with US carriers. So hopefully, again, I made some sort of mistake. And for those of you that have been able to get your various M series devices to work with US carriers, let me know what I might be doing wrong. But it seems like this phone is not a good choice if you are located in the US. Now I know that many of the people that watch my videos are located in other parts of the world, so this video and this device will certainly be relevant to you. And also I know that there's many people that watch my videos that are just generally interested in smartphones for entertainment purposes. So definitely stick around and watch this video. And of course, check out my other Samsung Galaxy M30s videos that I'll be putting out on the channel in the future. But anyway, let's get started. So here is the box that the phone does come in. You can see M30s right there on the front. Now, just letting you know, there's actually a Samsung Galaxy M31 that was recently launched, and I've not been able to get a hold of it yet, but I will be ordering that as well as soon as I can. So the M31, of course, is the successor to the M30s and should definitely be a very interesting device. Now this phone is available for $299. I did buy it on the Amazon US website, and I will leave a link in the video description, but again, another reminder, if you are located in the US, I would avoid buying this phone because you will be getting limited compatibility, but it is a GSM factory unlocked phone with dual SIM. Now opening up the box here, the first thing we have is the actual phone itself. I will put that off to the side for a second. Then we have this little box included. I'll open this up too to see what we get. And it looks like we get some literature. So there is a warranty card, and it looks like we're also getting a booklet, like a quick start guide here. So just these two booklets here included in the box. And then there's also a European wall adapter, and it does feature adaptive fast charging. There's also a SIM card removal tool. There's a USB-C cable for charging and data transfer. And there's some 3.5mm headphones. So pretty good stuff there included in the box. So here is the actual M30s itself. So a pretty awesome, good-looking phone. Definitely looks very similar to the various Samsung A series phones out there. This especially reminds me of the Galaxy A50 quite a bit. Now the camera module does look a bit different, but you can see on the back of the phone, we are getting this really cool gradient color here. So a little bit of a darker blue on this side, and then on the right side, it's more of a bluish green. So that's a pretty cool design in general, definitely like that. But you can see, taking a look at the design of the phone, essentially we are getting a water drop notch here at the top, and then on the bottom we're getting a little bit of a thicker bottom bezel. So this phone was launched in late 2019 and definitely does resemble many of the other budget phones that Samsung launched last year. Now the phone features a 6.4-inch display, so a pretty large display. We're getting Super AMOLED display technology with the phone at 1080p. We're getting a PPI of 403 with a 19.5:9 aspect ratio, and the phone has an 84.2% screen to body ratio. So a very good looking device, very excellent display quality on the phone, so I'm a big fan of that, with really good colors as well. Now up top here in the water drop notch, we have a 16 megapixel front facing camera. The phone features 64 gigabytes of internal storage with SD card expansion. There is no wireless charging with the Galaxy M30s, and we do have a fingerprint sensor on the back. So I'll try that out right now, and you can see it's very quick, so that's really good. Definitely a nice fingerprint sensor in general. Now on the back side of the device, we have a squared off camera module, so kind of similar to what we got with the Galaxy A51 and A71, and Galaxy S20. This is kind of the new style that we're seeing more and more this year with Samsung phones. But in this camera module, we are getting a 48 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera. Now I'm really excited to show you the photo and video samples that I did take with this device, and you'll see all of that in the full review video, which should be out in about a week. Now with the device, you're getting portrait mode with both the front and rear cameras. The device features 4 gigabytes of RAM and Samsung's Exynos 9611 processor. So I'll show you the Antutu benchmark test results that I got with the phone, and I'll let this load here. And you can see that I got an overall score of 162,733, so a pretty impressive score overall. Now what I recommend doing is, of course, downloading Antutu Benchmark on your current phone, running the test, and then comparing those results to these results here to see if this phone really is going to be a performance upgrade for you. Now with the device, we are getting 4K video recording with the rear camera, which is really awesome. And one of the coolest features about the M30s is that we're getting a massive 6,000 milliamp hour internal battery with 15 watt fast charging. So a very massive battery with the phone, which is excellent to see. And that's probably the biggest battery size that I've ever seen with a Samsung device in general. So overall, just extremely impressive. Now the phone features Android 9 Pie with Samsung's One UI 1.1. Now the phone, of course, has not gotten the Android 10 update, which also would give us One UI 2.0, but imagine that that will be coming out eventually because Samsung is pretty good about updating their budget devices with at least one major OS update in its lifespan. Now taking a closer look at the hardware, I already talked quite a bit about the display here, but you can see this display really does look good. It's an awesome display with great colors. It's nice and crisp and clear. So in general, a really premium display with the phone. Now taking a look at the left side of the device, we have the micro SD card slot that also features 2 SIM card slots. And then on the right side of the device, we have the power button and volume button. Then on the top of the phone, just a noise canceling microphone. And then on the bottom, we have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. We have a USB-C port for charging and data transfer. We have the microphone and we have the speaker. And then on the back side of the device, again, we have this really cool gradient look here. We have the fingerprint sensor, Samsung logo, and the camera module. So overall, a really awesome device from Samsung here. Again, I wish this phone did have better US support. Definitely a bit disappointing to see that it really doesn't work with Cricket. Now I do have my Cricket SIM in the device right now, and you can see that it does say 4G, but that is HSPA+, so that's really slow and kind of works, but not really. You can see that loading up sites like Engadget, it's not even loading right now, but even when it does load, it loads pretty slowly. So definitely a bit unfortunate about that. But like I mentioned before, I can make phone calls, which is pretty nice. I can also send text messages. It's just that when it comes to data, I get very limited compatibility with this device. Now again, I might be doing something wrong. Maybe I just have no clue what I'm doing and I didn't configure it properly. But with all the other budget Samsung phones that I've used, I literally just had to put in my SIM card and things immediately worked. And that certainly has not been the case with the Galaxy M30s. But if you enjoyed this video, definitely let me know. And I will be making other videos about the phone for my international audience that watches my videos. And I most likely will be getting the M31. Just because I already have this phone, so why not get the M31 so I can make a comparison. But if you like the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Check out the link in the video description if you do want to buy this phone. Again, a warning for US customers. You most likely won't be able to get full carrier compatibility, but if you still do want to get this phone for some reason, there will be a link in the video description so you can pick it up. But thanks again everyone for watching. This is the Samsung Galaxy M30s, and I will see you in the next video.